I've experienced the Sigma Trio and I realized that before I continue my realization, allow me to officially welcome you to my channel. Thank you for making it past the intro. If you are into cameras, gadgets, technologies, all that good stuff, consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell if you haven't yet. In that case, you won't miss out on anything from this channel. If by any chance you've been following me for quite some time, I already have a video about the Sigma 30mm and the Sigma 16mm. You may click the link right here or down in the description box below. So in this video, we're gonna seal the deal by reviewing the last but definitely not the least, the Sigma 56mm f1.4. All thanks to a good friend, Jebe Gonzales. Check his feed out. Like seriously, if you're looking for presets that would elevate your photos, he is your guy. I believe he's just finalizing things, but in March, he will officially releasing his presets. So stay tuned, follow him, I'll link his socials down below. That being said, let's dive right into the topic. For the build quality, the Sigma 56mm is the smallest of the Sigma Trio. Without the lens hood, it's practically like a toy for me. Not so proportional with the size, the 56mm is not the lightest of them all. But with the materials, composition, and overall build, it's exactly the same with the other two. Do we really need to talk about this? Like, were the first two reviews not enough? Anyway, for the autofocus, the 56mm is like a native lens. Like no exaggeration, no kidding, etc. It's like a native lens. In fact, in some weird occasions, I find the Sigma Trio better than my 18-105 from Sony. For the image sharpness, we all know this so far, that the three lenses are definitely sharp. But if I were to rank them, 16mm comes in at the third place, second would be the 30mm, and the champion obviously is the 56mm. Like I was 10/10 happy with the 16mm and the 30mm, but when I finally got to use the 56mm, man, it's on a different level. Now, who I think the 56mm focal length is for. If you are into portrait or product shoots where you need the subject to pop out If you are into portraits or product shoots where you need the subject to pop out of the background, the compression the 56mm gives is crazy beautiful. Like if you need that defined separation from the background, this is the lens for you. Also, if you are into street photography where you don't want to be awkwardly close to the subject and still get that tight, decent framing, the 56mm is the way to go. Lastly, 56mm in APS-C cameras is 84mm full frame equivalent. So if you are into APS-C full frame conversion kind of thing, consider having this lens. But who I think the 56mm is not for. Well, not that it's really not doable or impossible, but more like I don't recommend the 56mm for handheld vlogging, for talking headshots, and sadly, not even for selfies. While all three have f1.4 maximum aperture, again and again the compression the 56mm has to offer blows the other two out of the water. Hence, I mentioned earlier that if you want the subject to be separated from the background, the 56mm is the option or is the best option for you. In other reviews, they consider calling it a bokeh master. And I completely agree. Thus, ranking them again, 16 comes in the third place, second will be the 30, and the 56mm will be the champion. Finally, same with the other two that have f1.4 maximum aperture, the 56mm is also game changer in low light situations. Like no doubt about that. You might be asking, how about for video? Is this lens good enough? With the sharpness, autofocus, bokeh, etc. Certainly, yes. But then again, you have to take note that none of the Sigma Trio has an in-lens stabilizer. Like you can't have it all, right? There you go, folks. If you haven't watched the other two reviews, links here or down in the description box below. Nonetheless, I'm really happy that I was able to use all three finally. But Going back to my realization, well, all of them are worth keeping, like for real. If you have the means, keep them all. Otherwise, as for me personally, having to experience the famous Sigma Trio, if I could only keep one, it will be the 30mm. Like obviously all of them are sharp with good autofocus, bokeh, etc. But it's simply because it's 30mm, not too zoomed in and not too zoomed out. Makes it the most flexible of the three. Well, at least for what I do and how I do things. Plus, it's the cheapest. That's it. Let me know in the comment section if and only if you could only keep one, which one will it be? Once again, if you're getting a thing or two from this video, please do like and subscribe to my channel for more not super technical, but rather practical approach to gadgets and technologies. Until then, thank you for watching. I have finally experienced the Sigma Trio and I realized that if I could only keep one, it will be intro. Yeah.